Hello, and welcome back to the Justin Resells Extra channel. This is part 2 of me going through your eBay listings that you've said are not selling and you don't know why. And so you left me with the eBay item ID to look at and see if I can figure out why it's not selling. I did a part 1. I'll link to it right up here, I think, right there. Yeah. This is part 2. We'll see if I can get through all of them. If not, maybe we'll do a part 3. I don't know. It's been kind of funny, though, since I did part 1. A lot of the advice that I gave was like to reduce your price because it seemed like you were overpriced. And when you look at an eBay listing, you're sort of enrolled automatically for notifications to changes to those listings. And I've just been getting a ton of notifications from eBay saying that these listings prices have been dropped after I reviewed them. So it's kind of funny. Glad y'all are taking the advice. On that point, remember, I'm just one person, and I'm also getting in front of camera and doing this, and it's easy to just miss stuff, and I don't know everything. And so I like that y'all are chiming in the comments and providing feedback as well, because I'm going to miss stuff because I'm not an expert on everything. I'm going to miss stuff while I'm reviewing it. And so please feel free to chime in, correct me if you see things that I miss or I get wrong, and help each other out. We'll see if we can't figure out how to get this stuff sold. So let's get right back into it. The first one that we're starting off with is Millennial Gamer. Let's take a look. Millennial Gamer is selling some gaming stuff here. It looks like an official RDS. I'm not sure what RDS is. Sony PSP PlayStation Portable Deluxe OEM carrying case travel bag for $115. So just the bag, is that right? Looks like there's a game there. Is that game included? That's interesting. That seems like a lot for this bag. Who knows? I mean, I've been surprised many times. So there's a charger. Does that come with the bag? There's game carriers, a game, or game cases. There's a game that's I'm confused as to what you're actually selling here. Pre-owned but well preserved, ideal for storage, a rare accessory, so maybe that's why it's worth as much. 2 disc cases, okay. Remote control earphone adapter. Interesting. Why is that included? That's interesting. Note, Midnight Club LA Remix Edition game is not included. It was there as an example to show how the disc fits in the UMD disc case. That's dangerous to do. I don't think that's why it's not selling, but somebody buys this, they might easily expect to see everything in the photos. That's sort of the default. If you got it pictured in the photos, it should be included in the listing. It should be included in the sale. I would not be surprised if you sold this thing and somebody is like, hey, where's the game? So I would just remove that game from the photos entirely. But let's take a look. It also looks like this might be your first sale, or you haven't sold anything yet. So just a heads up. That's what's going on here. Be careful there. Anyway, let's take a look at this. Sony PSP, it's a portable deluxe carrying case. RDS, is RDS the brand? We'll take a look. I'm just doing a search here for RDS Sony PSP PlayStation carrying case. Okay, so that's yours right there? Yeah, PSP. That looks like yours right there for $46.99, and it's selling with $8 in shipping, so a little over $50, and you're at more than double that price. So $20 in shipping. So I would say, first of all, you're shipping it in a USPS priority mail medium flat rate box. No need to do that. Flat rate boxes are not a good idea. It's always going to be cheaper to ship it. Even priority mail, not flat rate boxes, just a priority mail box. But really, you want to ship this ground advantage. That it's going to cut the cost in half probably to ship. But even so, if I wanted to buy this right now, my all-in price would be $135. But I can go here and get one for $50. So why would I choose that? There's another one, $50 free shipping. There's yours, $115. So yeah, you're just way, way overpriced. A lot of things going wrong here. Way overpriced. Don't put stuff in the photo that you're not actually selling. Why is this thing included? I would see if you could just sell that separately. That might be worth 10 or 15 bucks. You just separate it out. I don't think anyone buying a carrying case is also expecting to get this thing, whatever it is. That thing, whatever it is, isn't even advertised in the title, for example. Yeah, you should expect that nobody's going to read the description, okay? Some people do, but a lot of people don't. And just your pictures need to tell the story here. So I would take this down, fix your pictures, drop the price in half. I haven't even looked and see like this if it actually sells. Let's see. Yeah, it sells for 50 to 60 bucks. There's one for 40, 45. Yeah. So you drop that price in half at least, if not more, and it'll sell. All right. Thanks for sending that in, Millennial Gamer. Next up, Ray Trait. Ray TR8, maybe? I don't know. Build-A-Bear Workshop plush monkey ape Curious George stuffed animal toy, 18 inches. So I actually have a decent amount of experience with Build-A-Bears. Build-A-Bear is a St. Louis company, so I see a lot of Build-A-Bear around St. Louis. And also Build-A-Bear, I think because they're from St. Louis, do a lot of collaborations with local companies, which means I end up finding a lot of like unique Build-A-Bears that can often be worth a lot of money because they're just not something that gets mass produced and sent out to all the stores. Way of Lights is a good example of one where this church does a Christmas, light thing, and Build-A-Bear makes a unique plush for that event every year, and sells them at that. Anyway, long story short, Build-A-Bear can be good. Just looking at it, highly saturated category. Lots and lots of these are going to be listed, I'm guessing. It also looks like somebody has just added this fireman suit to the. I wouldn't guess that the fireman suit comes with. Is that right? Firefighter suit? I don't know. You don't mention what the clothing is. It just seems like somebody had why do I keep saying fireman? I feel like a child. Is there a more adult way to call someone a firefighter suit? Anyway, my guess is it doesn't come with Curious George. It's just added. Often the clothes can do better with Build-A-Bear than the actual plush here. We're just gonna look up Build-A-Bear Curious George. So there's one. $19.95 you're going for plus free shipping. Okay, so $20 all in to whoever buys it. 18 and that one looks slightly different. That one's does not look like Curious George. That one looks like yours. Is that right? Yeah, the smile right there, 15. So, you're priced okay. I'm just gonna guess that it's just 4 sold here. How many were listed? 100. Yeah. So 1 sold, 2 sold, 3 sold, maybe 4. That's a different one. We'll take that one out because that's just a dress. Why did that even show up with Curious George search results? Who knows? eBay likes to be that way sometimes. So yeah, you've got 2 buyers coming by every 90 days. So 1 buyer every 45 days, and they've got 100 plus to choose from. So that's why this is not selling. It'll sell eventually, but it'll take a long time because there's not enough buyers out there and there's a ton of competition. So, if you try to do the math, I'll let somebody else do the math and put it in the comments for me. But 1 buyer every 45 days, and there's 100 to choose from. What is that? 400? No, that's 4,500 days. Is that right? 4,500 days to sell through the entire stock. 10 years? Over 10 years. This will take to sell the entire stock. So will it sell? Probably. Is this something you should pick up to buy to resell? Probably not. That's what's going on with this one. Let's go to the next one. Debbie Doodads. Woo. Jeez. It was warning before you show me that thing. Zombie Scarecrow Halloween Mask, Ghoulish Productions. That's cool. I love doing Halloween masks. So is Ghoulish Productions the brand? Yep. That's cool. Kind of surprised this is only worth $50. $11 in shipping. Let's take a look here. Zombie Scarecrow. That's a good mask. Okay. Some similar ones. What is it? Ghoulish Productions. Let me just remove productions from this. Maybe Zombie Scarecrow, Halloween Mask, Ghoulish. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised. So Ghoulish Productions, Scarecrow. Is that yours? Yeah, that's yours. So here's one that went for less than 30. I'm not going to check and see what it actually went for. There's one that went for, that's a slightly different one maybe. There you go. This is a good one where we're going to pop over to product research and just take a look. And the reason is because eBay search only goes back 90 days. And 90, we're nowhere near Halloween. So it's hard to get a good read on the market for this thing, like the actual market and the actual value this time of year. So if we go back 3 years through product research, we get a better idea. So there we go. There's one that sold for 27 in October. This one sold for 43 plus 14 in September. Yeah. So I think you're fine on this, honestly. I wouldn't change anything. I would just wait for your buyer around in September, and I think that it will come at this price. You got great photos. Maybe there's some keywords you could throw in there as well. I don't know, but I think this is totally fine. I wouldn't touch it. I would just let it sell early or wait for the buyer to come around in October or earlier. All right, that was a good one. OR Nurse, you're next. What do we got here? Michael Kors Men's Quick Dry Full Zip Windbreaker. My guess on this one is that it's a lot of competition. Very saturated. Just a guess, though. We'll take a look. $8 in shipping, $21 sale price, so $30 we'll say. This is a Michael Kors Windbreaker, men's Windbreaker. I'm going to guess there's just thousands of these listed or similar listed. 490. Okay, so I wasn't right. Let's see how many have sold. 55. So, the supply significantly outweighs the demand. There is demand. Some people are buying it. Not a lot. We'll switch over to pre-owned because that was yours, I believe, right? Yours is pre-owned. That looks like a pre-owned jacket. Yeah, pre-owned excellent. By the way, I never use pre-owned excellent condition. Like, I always use good. I like to under promise and over deliver. I don't know. I don't want to say anything that I have is excellent because that just implies that there's maybe no flaws. And almost all used stuff has at least some flaw. And, condition is so subjective, your buyer. I'd rather set the expectation that's pretty good, but not excellent. Anyway, if we filter to used only, 293 Kors, Michael Kors men's Windbreaker, and 42. So, look, this thing will sell, but it'll take a long time because one person is coming by every 2 days and they have almost 300 to choose from. You can do the math. It's going to take a while. Your price is probably also a little high, I would say, just looking at this. Most of them are going for less. So if you want to sell it quickly, drop the price, just set your expectations accordingly. This is not something that's going to fly off the shelves. All right, next up. This is who was this? Sorry, this is SHHG channel. Nike swoosh. What are these? Oh, baby shoes. Okay, interesting. Montessori. Why is that? They're certainly easy to put on. That's nice. You'll be fiddling around with laces when you're dealing with an infant or a baby. $45. It's kind of a lot. Free shipping, though. Okay. Are these new? No, they're pre-owned. Do we have the exact code? There it is. See how many are listed? 3. And 0 sold. We'll go ahead and hop over to product research just to see if anything is sold beyond 90 days, since we have an NPN here that makes it easy to do so. 2 have sold, both of them back in 2025 for $50 to $60. Are these new? Are these used? Condition filter. They're both new. So none have sold used. Both have sold around the $60 mark. And what are you priced at? You're priced at $45. So I guess the price is not bad. Where are you priced? So you're the only used one. I think that's an okay price because you're the only used one actively listed. All the used ones or all the new ones are priced pretty high. If somebody wants these, and honestly, if you're buying for a baby, buying used is a great idea. You're really the only one to pick from. It's just like there's no evidence that there's, a lot of people that want this thing. But when somebody does want them and they don't want to pay a new price, I think that they would pick yours. When that person will come by, I have no idea. There's just not a whole lot of evidence suggesting that those people exist on eBay. But look, everything sells eventually. So I don't know. I wouldn't change anything necessarily. Maybe you'll get some interest if you drop the price. I don't know. Okay. Move on to the next one. Who is this? This is Dan Markowitz. Hopefully I pronounced that right, Dan. Delphi Sky-Fi XM satellite radio and docking station, remote speakers, power supply. Okay. Do you take that picture? That's pretty good. Some of these is kind of hard to tell what I'm even looking at. Sony. Why is that Sony? Is it Sony branded? Delphi. You don't have Sony in the title. Do you have it in the brand down here? You don't. I would put Sony somewhere. Like, I guess, are these like, did these Sony speakers like originally come with the device? Are they added after the fact? Either way, I would put Sony in there. Sony's a good brand. Let people know who are searching for Sony remote speakers or Sony XM satellite radio stuff. I don't know. I would include Sony in that title for sure, though. Let's see what this is, though. $16.40 in shipping. So yeah, okay, $60 all in. We'll take a look at the market. Might be hard to get the exact one, unless you have a model number down here. You do. So 69. That looks different. What's different here? Okay. So this is like supposed to dock into a different thing, it looks like. So it doesn't look like you have the docking station, because the docking station is what you dock into, right? Like, and this is what you dock into, is like these things with speakers on the side. So I think you might have your title wrong there. It looks like maybe you or someone added some Sony speakers on the side because they didn't have the docking station anymore. I don't know. But that could be why it's not selling. But just the receiver is pretty cheap. Let's see what's actually selling though. Okay, new it sells. Pre-owned, so $16, $17 right there. If $18 if you're selling just the receiver unit. That's a weird one. Oh, lifetime. I think that's because it comes with a lifetime subscription to XM. So that person's really buying like probably the subscription on its own. It is a good thing for you to check though. Does yours have a subscription associated with it? That I don't know how you can tell. Maybe you can call XM and find out. I don't know. Anyway, I think you're priced wrong because you don't have what this thing actually comes with. You're supposed to have a docking station. That's the docking station. If you had that, you'd be priced right, but you don't. You have like some other stuff. Check and see if it has a lifetime subscription associated with it. If so, you can jack the price up a lot and sell it like that. Otherwise, I would basically sell this for a little bit more than what the receiver only goes for. So I'd probably sell it for like $25 plus some shipping to get it sold. Hopefully that helps. All right, Jenny, you're in the hot seat. Let's see what you got for me. Ooh, my favorite category, purses. I know nothing about them. Beaded Kiss. I guess that's the brand. Lock Clutch, White Ivory, Pearl, Japan, Bridal, Evening Gown. So I think you got some good keywords. People that are searching for events or styles might find this, like a bridal or evening bag or clutch. $29.99 plus $8 in shipping. So is Beaded Kiss the brand? It says handmade. What does Beaded Kiss mean? Did you make that up? I'm going to do Beaded Kiss. What does that mean? Is that a style? I don't know. I don't see anything being used there that says Beaded Kiss. Okay, there you go. Maybe that's the style. As you can see, this is a category I know a lot about. Well, it's good to just search beaded kiss here because I am seeing stuff that looks similar. I'm going to add clutch to this. 13 results. Okay. Let's see how many are actively listed. 115. You know, a variety of styles. And where you're priced? $30 plus roughly, but basically 40 all in. I mean, it's not a terrible price. I see some evidence of other unbranded beaded kiss clutches selling for around that amount. My guess is because of based on the supply and the demand, it's going to take a while to sell it at that price. But if you just left it, it would probably sell eventually. If you wanted to sell it quicker, lower the price. That's my guess. Hopefully that's helpful. Loretta says, my stuff isn't selling because it's junk. It's my stuff, and it will eventually. When I buy stuff to sell, I won't buy junk, quality, not quantity. That's right. And part of this, too, is just like setting the right expectations. Like I buy stuff that takes a long time to sell, too. The difference is I don't really sit around wondering why it's not selling because I go into it knowing like, still a good deal. It'll take 6 months. I'm okay with that. So that's, none of this I'm telling you not to buy or not to sell. It's me just trying to set your expectations accordingly so that you don't sit around thinking eBay sucks or they're like hiding your listings or all of the excuses that so many people say in the comment section of my videos. It's just you have the right expectations. Like this is going to take a while to sell and I'm okay with that. All right, Super Neo, what do you got? Rare, 1939, Encyclopedia Americana set of 28 to 30 hardcover embossed leather, $3,200. Wow. By the way, when you ship this stuff, and you have many of these, you can buy multiple labels per order, break it up into different boxes. I would not put all of these in the same box. In fact, you might reach some weight limit issues there. But yeah, some of these can go for a lot. Can this one? I don't know. 1939 Encyclopedia of the Americas set 20, so it's incomplete. That stinks. 39, 30 plus. Okay, why is that one so much cheaper? Oh, 1956. It's older. There you go, 1939. There you go. Wow, 28 of 30. So that's both of those 28 of 30. You too are missing 2 of them. Okay, maybe that's where you got your price. You're like, hey, this person's selling for $5,000. I'm going to sell it for $3,200. I'm going to guess there's no sales history. Just a guess. No sales history. So, yeah, I don't know. Is somebody going to want that particular volume at that price? I don't know. Seems unlikely, but I don't know. We're going to check product research, see if this is ever sold. 1927. Let me see if I can force it to do 1939 only. No, I can't. So you have a 1934, not a set by any means. 1923. So complete 30. Here you go. Encyclopedia Americana 1930 set, complete 30 volume set, rare. Sold 2 years ago for $159 for the whole set, and it's 2 years older. So my guess is you bought this and you saw some active listing. You saw this active listing, you're like, oh my God, this thing is worth a lot of money. I'm going to buy it, undercut them, but really nobody. I don't know where this person got this price, but it certainly isn't from data on eBay. I don't see any evidence that this thing is going to sell anywhere near this. If you wanted to sell it, I would drop the price to like $200. And even then, I would expect there's just, 3 years, one person has bought it. So it's just not going to sell at that price. I don't even know if it'll sell at $200. I mean, it will eventually, right? Everything sells eventually, but not at this price. So I would definitely do some deeper research on that. All right, Super Neo, thank you. Woo, excuse me. Thanks for sending that one over, Super Neo. Next up is Darren. Oh, come on, eBay. There it is. Vintage Carhartt, chore jacket, corduroy collar. I like it. Men's 44. What does that mean in like regular sizing? Is that a medium, a large? 44 regular. That's cool. This is a cool jacket. Blanket lined, chore jacket. Checking a lot of boxes here. So why hasn't it sold? I think part of the problem could be that like me, I'm like, well, what's a 44? I don't know what a 44 is. If I knew it was a medium, I would buy it. I'm guessing, yeah, you have measurements, so that helps. 25 inches across, probably like an extra large, maybe even bigger. Carhartt tends to be pretty big. I would try to find out like what this most closely aligns with in terms of a standard size and put that in there. That's going to attract more buyers because most people just aren't going to know what a 44 means in relation to what they wear. I would try that. $20 in shipping seems high. This thing won't cost $20 to ship unless, yeah, you're in Texas. It won't cost $20 to ship. That's $140 all in. So we're going to search for Carhartt blanket line chore jacket and just see. 41. Oh, by the way, maybe you had a regular size down here. Large. You're calling it a large. That seems small based on your measurements. So double check and put it, whatever it is, put it in the title also. So 41 listed, 14 sold. You would be the most expensive that's ever sold in history. No, there's one for 164. Size 46. Yeah, most of these are selling for under $100. There's another one. There's your exact one in size as well. I wonder if they call this one a 44. Yeah, so this is a newer one, I would say, because they're calling it a large. Either way, make sure you got the right size. Size it right, drop your price, you'll get it sold. I would put it like $75 plus shipping. I think it'll sell pretty quickly at that if you have the size in there as well. All right, Gauge, you're up next. I'm burning through these. New Balance. This was ended by the seller. Maybe you ended and relisted. Let's find out. Oops. Oh gosh, that's not going to do it. See if we can find your active listing. Well, I don't think it's there. All right. Sorry, Gauge. Moving on. T-Birds. Check to make sure it fits my vehicle. Probably doesn't. Monroe 555001 Magnum RV suspension shock absorber. Okay. This will be easy to comp. Pull up some active and solds. So 44 active. 3 sold. Yours new? Yours is new. All new listed. All new sold. 44, 27, and 20 all have shipping. 44. What are you priced at? $39.99. 16 in shipping. So you're priced high, I would say. Well, maybe not. Hang on. Let's take a look. Lowest price is $39.99 free shipping. So again, these are all basically identical. They're brand new. If I'm looking for this piece, this is definitely one where I'm searching for the lowest available because they're all the same, So I can get it for, if I were buying this, I could get it for $16 cheaper because this is the same price as yours, but no shipping costs. I could get this one for $10 cheaper, $10 cheaper. So there's a lot that are just cheaper. And there's also just not many selling. So 3 have sold. And how many are available? 43. So a person comes by, every 30 days, one a month, and there's 43 available, and there's a bunch that are cheaper than yours. So that's why yours is not selling. It'll sell eventually, but if you want it to sell quickly, match the price. MG, you're next. You gave 2. I'll pick 1. You only get 1. Sorry. 2008 PlayStation, PS3, Xbox 360, 50-cent Blood on the Sand poster, $550. Auctioned. Okay. Why are you starting that auction so high? Blood on the Sand poster. I'm guessing because there's evidence that it sells for that high. Oh, is that the same one? No, this one's Japanese. That looks like Japanese, but you don't say, oops, but you don't say here that it's Japanese. Do you say it down here? Say it anywhere? Japan. So it is in the category, maybe, but it doesn't look like it's in your listing that this is a Japanese poster. Is that Japanese? Sorry if it's not. It could be Mandarin. It might be Mandarin. What is it? I don't know. Sorry. Anyway, 550. Now I know what it is. There it is. Oh, that's yours. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's no evidence. Well, yeah. I mean, it sounds like you just sort of pulled this price out of a hat. Would somebody pay $550 for it? I don't know. I can't imagine it. Oh, it is Japanese. I see .jp. Okay, I was right. I was right first. It sounds like you're making this price up. Will somebody pay it? Who knows? Maybe there's a huge, 50 Cent fan out there that really wants to complete the collection of all of the different countries that they put a poster out for Blood on the Sand PS3. That person could exist. There's not many of them, I don't think. I don't know. If you want to sell this, I would put a reasonable price on it, because that does not seem like a reasonable price based on, there's just no evidence that it would be worth that much. So auction, you're running an auction. You really want to run an auction when it's when the demand is high and the supply is low and the market value is unknown. So you check one box, the market value is unknown, but the supply is low too. So you're checking two boxes, right? There's no supply, but the demand is unknown. It's certainly not high demand. So you're not going to get into a bidding war there. There's an unknown amount of buyers out there, likely very low amount. I would put it up for, I don't know, $75 or best offer on a fixed price listing, and maybe you'll find somebody. That's what I would do. Where am I at? Was that T-Birds? No, that was MG. This is Lab. Oh, Lab. You left a comment before. I wondered what that meant, and I think it was 1969. Here we go. 30 minutes in. All right, this one's ended. Did you relist it? Let's see. Oops, left off the V there. You did not relist it. All right. Sorry, 1969. We'll move on. Okay, what is this? Disney. Who is this? Who are we talking to? We're talking to Neil Carpenter. Disney Mickey and Minnie musical jewelry box by the Beautiful Sea, rare and vintage. Okay, see video. That's good. It's a perfect thing to put a video on. I rarely put videos. I would do it if it was easier. If they made it available to be done through the app, I would do videos all the time. But it's a pain, so I only do it for things that have movement or sound that you want to show is working. So a great example of something to do a video for. It'll definitely help sell it, I think. For what did you say? Free shipping, $200, Mickey and Minnie jewelry box. So by the Beautiful Sea. Let's just see what's out there. Okay, well, that's pulling up some stuff we don't want, some globes. There's yours. One listed, so it is rare. None sold. So, good example of who knows. Is it worth that much? We'll check product research. Maybe that'll tell us that it is. So, yeah. Active. One active, none sold. So, I don't know. Like, it's actually, I don't hate this listing. Like, there's probably somebody out there that wants it. It's very rare. Has not been listed before in the last 3 years based on the search terms that I used. None have sold, but I don't know. It's a cool piece. Somebody might want it. You got best offers on there. I would say keep it, but set your expectations accordingly. There's no evidence that it'll sell fast. You're just waiting for that right buyer. All right. Ethan's next. Whew, Antique Promotional, another Disney. All right, I love all this Disney stuff. Promotional, Disney, movie lineup, lawn chair. I mean, that's pretty cool. Find the right buyer for that, they're going to like it. So this is like a chair that is promoting a bunch of Disney movies that came out in 1997. It's kind of cool. Does anybody want it? I don't know. I'm guessing I'm not going to find any comps. Disney lawn chair. Let's just start broad. Are there Disney lawn chairs out there? Yes, there are. There's 38 of them. How many people are buying them, though? 5. So, and these all seem to be kid lawn chairs, not like collector promotional. So, again, you do have a rare piece. It is interesting. If I saw this, I'd be like, ooh, that's cool. I want to buy that. There's no evidence that anyone wants it. It's not to say that there isn't anyone that wants it, but there's no evidence to suggest that anyone wants it. And your price, it's a big investment. So I think the thing that hurting this also, by the way, is that it has multiple movies. If it was just Hercules or just, Con Air, I bet it would be easier to sell, because then you're narrowing in on a group of people that like one particular movie. But like finding a group of people that like 5 movies from 1997 seems more difficult. So I would drop your price a lot. This is the type of thing that's like somebody sees and goes, that's cool, I want that, but I'm not going to pay $120 for it. I'll pay $20 for it. Something like that. So it's a cool piece, but I think it's priced too high and not enough people would want it. How are we doing here? 80%. I want to make sure I don't, lose my footage here. 36%. 36 minutes, I think we're doing okay. Ghost Hunters Season 9 preview screener. Okay. So preview screener makes it seem like, ooh, this is rare. Not a whole lot like it. $65 seems like a lot. Plus 6 in shipping. So $70. Rare preview screener. 9 episodes. So let's just take a look and see what it sells for, just the season 9. Not a special one. Is this DVD? I didn't look. Yeah, it's DVD. So season 9 DVD, 24 of them. How many are buying? 5. Okay, so 5 people have bought just this is not it. That's 9 season 9. Well, is that right? Yeah, season 9. Okay. Yeah, 4 people. 5 people have bought it. 24 listed. Yeah, so you're not going to attract somebody who just wants the DVD, because you're priced, 6 or 7 times the amount that the DVDs, the normal DVDs going. But you have like a preview screener, which is sort of cool and interesting. But even if you're like a Ghost Hunter fan, like, are you going to see a season 9 preview screener and be like, ooh, I need that? I don't know. It seems like a long shot. If you want this to sell, I would price it at the price of a non-preview screener. Or maybe a little bit more expensive, not 5 times more expensive, because I just don't think that it's the type of thing that would sell for a lot of money. If it was a preview screener for like season 1, maybe, or of a show, that is more desirable, I don't know. Who's this? This is Brian. Vintage Batman marionette string puppet. It's a weird looking thing. Type of thing I would buy, though, honestly. I'm like, that's weird. This looks handmade, right? What are you saying about it? Unique toy. Very interesting. Okay, well that's cool. there are things out there like it. That's what I love about eBay. Every time I look something up, I'm like, well, that's interesting. There are. Okay, there's 8 of these things listed that look kind of similar to yours, and they're all very expensive. Maybe, I don't know why some of these are more expensive. Are they all handmade? I don't know. You're certainly the cheapest one. But again, no evidence that it's selling. I mean, here's one that has sold, but it looks like it's not handmade. It's from a company, Madison Limited. That one right there, Madison Limited. So that person has it listed for 2,000 and one sold for 124. So they're a little bit off on that one. Yours, I mean, I don't know. It's priced well, and it's an interesting thing for a Batman fan. But there's no evidence that there are Batman fans buying this. So, but when one comes along, they might pick yours because it's certainly cheap. So I wouldn't mess with it. Just set your expectations accordingly. Jeff, I don't know. This looks like too long of a ID. We'll see if we can find yours. That's not it. Is this it? I don't think this is going to be it either. Sorry, Jeff. I think you messed something up there. Chuck, you're next. Well, that's certainly an AI photo, if I've ever seen one. You got to be careful doing this. You know, when you tell AI to take this jacket and put it on an AI model, like it's not taking your jacket and putting it on an AI model. It's using your jacket as a reference and recreating the image from scratch. And it just gets things wrong. Like, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and pick this apart, but I just guarantee that it's going to get some things wrong in doing so. It just looks like a different jacket, you know. So I wouldn't do that. It goes against eBay's policy. You need to use pictures of the actual item that you own. And I think a lot of buyers are turned off by this, myself included, because it feels like you're misrepresenting it. I don't mean to hate on you here. A lot of people just don't know what's going on when you create use AI to make an image like that. So I'm not yelling at you specifically. Anyway, what is this? Vintage Burberry sport coat. I guess it's Burberry brand, but what is this? Is this like the store? Yeah, this is, I guess, the store that provided it. Okay. I'm going to guess this is a highly saturated category. Well, we'll see. Vintage Burberry plaid sport coat, 482, 82 sold. So yeah, one buyer comes around almost every day, but they've got 482 to choose from. Yours is going to take a long time to sell. $55 plus 15 in shipping. The ones that are selling seem to be around that or even more. So you seem to be priced okay. Just set your expectations accordingly. It's going to take a long time, likely, to sell this thing, even at a low price. And be careful with that AI picture. All right. Local Freight asks, when is the video coming up? Well, keep an eye out on the channel. Spectre. This one's yours. Laser hair removal device. Bosidin. Is that the brand? Sounds like a cheap Chinese brand. $78 plus 11 in shipping. That's $90 basically. So we'll check Bosidin hair removal. 287. Okay. More than I thought. 22 sold. So a lot of supply, very little demand. But let's narrow it a little bit because this probably has some sort of model number. D1103. 12 actively listed in 9. So it's this is telling me that this brand Bosidin has a lot of models. So it's saturated, but this model is not as saturated. There's only 12 and 9 have sold. So I think it's a better buy than I would have thought otherwise. What's your price at? 78, right? You're at 90, all in. So this one's selling for half the cost. 71, 70, less than 40 plus shipping, 72. I would drop the price. I'd probably go like 60 plus 10 or $15 in shipping. 11 in shipping. I would go $60 on this. I'd drop it by $20 and this thing will sell. Or a little bit lower if you want to sell it faster. KC used guy. Neighbor down I-70. Nikon Coolpix S4. That's a cool camera. I'm definitely picking this thing up if I find it. It seems like really good pictures, but blurry. Something's going on there. It looks like It looks like they're very low resolution photos. Are these your photos? My guess is these are not your photos. You might have ripped them off of a website somewhere. Maybe not. Wait, is this the listing? This is the listing. What's going on? Something's weird here. Like, this is like a different listing style. What is going on here? Anyway, if those aren't your pictures, you need to take your own pictures. If they are, good job. They look good, but they're blurry. Something's weird. Oops. Okay. So, 84 listed, 51 sold. I expected it to be a pretty good seller, but you're at $400. They're selling for about 100, 150 or less. So let's see. What's the highest one has sold? So the highest one has sold is less than 300. How much less? I don't know. You can go over to product research and you can copy the title, paste it into product research and see, but that's not even the right one. That's an S6600. The cheapest, the most expensive S4 that is sold with the box is 160 plus shipping, and you're at 400. So that's not going to work. That's why it's not selling. Take your own pictures, take better pictures that are less blurry, and drop the price by a lot. Then it'll sell. People want that. Nobody's going to pay 3 times the amount that others are selling for, though. All right. Sorry, Tito Traveler. Something messed up there. What do we got here? Whoa, 2 in a row. What's going on here? Prairie Dog Picker. Let me try that again. Make sure I'm not messing this up. Okay, I think this is like a product page for this listing. I don't know, something's weird about this. Y'all tell me what's going on there. Something was weird. Anyway, actually, I can go back to Teetotal Traveler now, since I know that I messed that one up. All right, Teetotal, or Teetotal Traveler. Veritech Par 56 Long Nose Theater Floodlight Mains. Okay, where are you located? Germany? Oh, the UK. Sorry, GBP. Right. British pounds. So what is this? This is some sort of theater light. I don't know if my search is going to be searching the UK market. It probably is not. So this is not going to be a good review, I don't think, unfortunately. There's one. So you're the only one listed. None sold. It would cost me $81 to get it from the UK, which is actually pretty cheap, seems like. Anyway, I might not be searching this right because this is based in the UK. I don't know how they split their listings by eBay's site and geographical location. I'm not sure if they're all global or what. From my perspective, there's just no evidence of this thing selling, so how long it will take to sell is a total guess. Okay, let's move on. We're back to this one. What was it? Ken Edwards Tonala Mexican Stoneware Vase from 2008 in Canada for $62. We might run into the same problem that we had with the UK. Let's just see what vases are going for from this dude. Okay, 17 and 1 sold. So there is a market, but it's small. Let's narrow it, or let's broaden it even more. 32 stoneware vases from Ken Edwards. Honestly, it sounds more like a NASCAR driver than it does a pottery maker. Okay, so 32 of his vases actively listed. 2 sold. They're cool. What's yours look like? Yours is cool too. $62. That's a pretty big one, an ornate one. So this is a situation of just a decent amount of supply, very little demand. You're probably priced on the high side. I guess that's 45 in the US. So the price isn't terrible. This looks like a small one. I would still probably drop the price to like 25 or 30 and then sit around and wait for a while for the right buyer to come along. It's the type of thing where somebody looking for a vase from this guy, you got to pique someone's interest because there's a lot of options. You might find someone who loves this one and it could sell very quickly. Or nobody loves this one and it takes forever. Vintage Levi's. Who is this? Sandy. Vintage Levi's 40509. Let's just take that and see what we get. I'm going to take out Levi actually and just be, there we go, 3. I'm not sure what the tags mean on Levi's, to be honest. There's 3 of these exact ones actively listed. None have sold. You know, we can broaden it. Like, how vintage are we talking here? What is this? 80s? Faded gray? I mean, let's see. 1100 vintage Levi's 80s from the, you know, in gray. 198. So they're selling, but there's a lot of competition and not a ton of demand. $35. I'm guessing your price is right. Yeah. Price seems fine. This is another weighted out. It'll sell eventually, but there's just a lot of competition, a lot of saturation. Okay. Who's this? Frank. Bold color vintage Sirocco fruit and flower basket wall hanging plaque, USA made. Okay. Looks like you got a chip there. That's always the worst when you buy something, get it home, like, oh man, I didn't notice that. Maybe you noticed it. I don't know. $28 plus 15 in shipping. Sirocco, I'm guessing, is the brand, so we'll start there. 2 of them, you and 1 other person. I'm going to guess none sold. None sold. Let's just check product research. Maybe there's demand beyond 90 days. Yeah, I mean, actually 14 total sales here. Nothing exactly like yours. That one kind of looks like yours, maybe. Is that right? No. Yours is more of a cornucopia. Might want to use that word too. I guess it's not technically a cornucopia. Yeah, I mean, not a lot of evidence that people want this, at least not recently, and you're more expensive than the competition. This says 14 watchers, so I don't know, people are interested, but again, you land on this and you're searching for this thing, these are your 2 options. I'm probably going to go with the one with the cleaner picture and the cheaper price. So drop your price and wait. That's my advice there. Renee, let's see what you got. Vintage Dick and Jane class poster, 2-sided, Scott Forsman. $25 plus 6 in shipping, so 31 in, all in. Okay. This is interesting. I always, in my head, I'm like, who would want this? But every time I think that, I'm like, oh, well, plenty of people want that. 1 active listed, none sold. I mean, I'll take vintage out. Let's see if that brings more results. Nope. Yeah. So no evidence that people want this thing. But hey, that doesn't mean it won't sell. It just means that it's hard to predict when it would sell and if it would sell and if the price is right. Who knows? I'm guessing if somebody sees this and it brings back some memory from childhood, $25, $30 is not a terrible investment. But who knows if it'll sell or how long it'll take to sell. Marilyn, you're next. Mid-century modern cognac genuine leather mini tote. Okay, $375. Well, you're selling them, right? You had 2 of them. I don't know. You've already sold one. I'm gonna go and move on to someone who hasn't sold one yet. Mickey Mouse jigsaw puzzle. You got a bunch of them here, but you haven't sold any of them. Oh, 1 sold. Hey, well, we're gonna skip yours too. Sorry. Found by Finley. Larson Enterprises Reflectasol photography umbrella bracket. So this goes on, an umbrella for photography for lighting. $21, free shipping. Good thing to do free shipping on. small, cheap. And we'll start specific and see if we need to go more broad. There's yours. None sold, but there's a similar one. That's a C-clamp, though. Larson Enterprises. So we'll move Enterprises. Let's just do umbrella brackets. Yeah. So it looks like this brand is selling in their C-clamps, but maybe not their... Are those the same thing? Is that a C? Yeah. I think you might be missing... No, you do have C-clamps in the title. Sorry. Okay. Let's just... Oops. Oh, gosh. What have I done? Let me just redo this search then, now that I've oriented myself with the thing that you're selling. So 10 actively listed. Just the C-clamps, $37 plus 9. What are you at? 21. You get an extra one there. Your price is fine. Priced right there. Okay, umbrella brackets is messing me up here. C-clamps, I think, is what we need to change it to here. $10.99. Okay, so I think you're priced right. For some reason, I'm having a hard time getting exact. Let me just change. We're going to use the word clamps here. I'm totally screwing this one up. Okay, that's better. So you are priced high. You're at 21 plus. Oh yeah, you're at free shipping. Not terrible. Drop it $2 or $3. It'll sell. It'll probably sell at this price too, though. So. All right, this is going to be my last one. Leslie, you're the lucky last one. What do we got here? Antique wooden bucket firkin. What is that? Please read description. Okay. Antique wooden bucket, charming piece. I mean, if you're going to use the AI description, I don't think you need to call out to read description. You remove all that stuff and just call out what you're talking about. Therefore, the pieces, a perfect edition. Oh, here's what you added to the AI description. Bottom band loose that keeps it together tight. Therefore, the pieces slightly move and separated as is. Remove the AI description. Just put what you're going on with yours in particular. Yours is just going to get lost. Anyway, so this is a wooden bucket firkin. What is a firkin? I don't know. Let's find out. Oh, interesting. Traditional British unit of volume for beer. That's cool. Okay. So this is a beer bucket. Oops. I guess I should search for the right thing here. Wow, look at that. That's cool. There's a lot of them. Sold. Let's see how many are listed. So, you know, there's certainly more supply than there is demand, but it's not terrible. So yours is a little loose and not perfect, 5x7. I think your pictures are not good. Like there's no picture here that I can see the whole unit on its own. It's all like pictures of just like corners of it. Step back a little bit. Give us the full shot, you know. You got a lot of pictures, it's just hard to see what's going on, you know. What are they selling for? What are you listing it at? You're at 94. Ooh, that's a lot of money. $105 all in. It looks like, let's see what the most expensive one has ever sold for. $350, but that's a cool one. $245, $200, $199. And these are all, like you see, just take a look at like your picture compared to the ones that are listed here. Like I can't even really see if yours has this type of handle on it. Maybe it does, but if I'm a buyer, I don't know. I can't see. So you need better pictures there. I'm just going down here. I mean, more are selling for what you're priced at than I thought. But if you start to get below that price, that's the majority. And it's just hard to tell what yours looks like. So I think the pictures are hurting you there. Get rid of that AI description. Consider your price in comparison to what other ones of similar style. Also remember, yours is like not perfect. So you're going to need to drop that price, I think. All right, y'all. Hopefully this was helpful. We'll see you next time.